Depending on your hemisphere, the summer of gaming is technically ongoing, and what better way to wrap it up than with Gamescom? Opening Night Live is already looking packed with announcements. The future game show offers promise. Even Xbox's 2 days of broadcasts are chock full of big-name games. With so much to look forward to in the coming months and beyond, what are the biggest announcements and reveals that you can expect from Gamescom? Let's dive into 16 of them here, starting with Silent Hill F trailer. We've seen and heard a lot about Silent Hill F, whether it's the heavier focus on combat and even stat upgrades, or the multiple endings. And yet, given the proclivities of writer Ryukishio 7 and artist Keira towards the unsettling, it feels like we've barely even scratched the surface. A new trailer debuts at Gamescom Opening Night Live, and it's also scheduled for day 2 of Xbox's broadcast. Maybe some of that insanity will break loose before it launches next month. Dying Light: The Beast. While Dying Light is best known for its parkour mechanics and tense nighttime survival situations, it's easy to forget how gory it can be. As if taking cues from Dead Island 2, Techland has implemented some realistic gore mechanics in Dying Light: The Beast. Confirmed to be part of the Xbox Gamescom showcase, we will get a brand new look at the game before it launches on September 19th for Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC, with the PS4 and Xbox One versions launching later this year. ROG Xbox Ally and Ally X release date and prices. If the rumors are true, Microsoft will announce the release date for the ROG Xbox Ally and Ally X on August 20th, with pre-orders opening on the same day. Both handheld PCs will reportedly launch on October 16th for €599 and €899 respectively. It's plausible enough, and hopefully it goes the extra mile on really selling us on their features. Hollow Knight Silksong. Anything. Doubters in shambles once again, potentially because Hollow Knight Silksong might get a release date announcement, maybe even a new trailer. Not only is it playable at both the Xbox and Nintendo booths, but Team Cherry has explicitly stated that it will launch before the ROG Xbox Ally. Plans could always change, but for now, the stars may finally align on one of the most anticipated games of all time. Resident Evil Requiem. An exclusive new look at the next big title in the celebrated horror series? Don't mind if we do. Set for August 19th at Gamescom Opening Night Live, there's no telling what secrets it could reveal. And while a playable demo will be available on the show floor for attendees, known leaker Aesthetic Gamer alleges new screenshots, gameplay, and preview impressions on August 20th. Suffice it to say that you should really prepare for an influx of new information, and maybe a Leon reveal? Regardless. Ninja Gaiden 4's new trailer. One of the most anticipated games of the year, Ninja Gaiden 4 has looked absolutely incredible in nearly every showing. Would a new trailer at Gamescom Opening Night Live really offer more, especially after all the gameplay and previews? Probably not, but some more stylish combat is a guarantee, and that's all I can ask for. Where Winds Meet. With its final beta wrapped, the odds of Everstone Studios' massive open-world action RPG receiving a release date are greater than before. And what better place than Gamescom, where it was first announced about 3 years ago? All the pieces are in place, and based on everything we've seen thus far, the combat, the world size, the attention to detail, it could be another breakout hit for NetEase. Honor of Kings World trailer. By comparison, Honor of Kings World is in a somewhat weird spot. It saw some updates earlier this year from GDC, including a solid-looking gameplay showcase, but there's been very little since. Regardless, with a new trailer at Opening Night Live and a playable demo on the show floor, maybe Tencent has a big announcement lined up, like a release window, or even a beta. The Division 2's big project announcement. As other live service titles falter or fall by the wayside, Tom Clancy's The Division 2 is chugging along just fine. Massive has some pretty significant panels planned for Gamescom week, but we're most interested in the big project announcement for the looter shooter. A big new expansion could be it, especially after the launch of Battle for Brooklyn. Here's hoping it offers a brand new region to explore and expands on the endgame further. Onimusha: Way of the Sword. Confirmed to be part of the Xbox showcase, Onimusha: Way of the Sword is likely to receive tons of new information and gameplay footage at Gamescom 2025. The game is expected to be 20 hours long, which puts it in the same ballpark as previous games. Although the game's story has no connection to previous entries, it will feature stage-based progression instead of an open-world setting. Crimson Desert gameplay. Speaking of long delayed, Crimson Desert was pushed from late 2025 to Q1 of 2026, but it's still on track for a playable demo at Gamescom. New gameplay also wouldn't be surprising either at Opening Night Live or future game show. But Pearl Abyss could release it online during the week to appease fans who can't go hands-on. A release date reveal is unlikely, especially at this point, but at the very least, we'll get to see how much further it's progressed since the last gameplay showing. Phantom Blade Zero's new trailer. Perhaps the most high-profile title at the future game show on August 20th, Phantom Blade Zero is set to receive a new trailer. But it already received some extensive footage recently, so what gives? S-Game previously confirmed that attendees could play an hour-long demo on the show floor. Maybe this is an announcement for the long-sought public demo. It would certainly warrant a spot like this and, if nothing else, build on the hype even further. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond's release date. Predicting Nintendo's next move is always challenging, especially when it comes to Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, a project that's been in the works since 2019. Nevertheless, it has reiterated a launch this year, and with a playable demo for the title confirmed at Gamescom, a release date announcement seems all but a given. Whether it will happen at Opening Night Live is another question entirely. Little Nightmares 3 returns to the Carnival. The other high-profile title appearing at the future game show is Supermassive Games' Little Nightmares 3. We already know the release date, and if anything, keeping much under wraps as possible would be fitting. That may explain why it's venturing back to the Carnival level from the Little Nightmares showcase, offering up a familiar setting but with new thrills. Either way, we can't wait to see what's in store. John Carpenter's Toxic Commando. Where in the world has Toxic Commando been since its announcement in 2023? Granted, Focus Entertainment said it would launch sometime this year, but there's little else besides. That doesn't mean closed playtests haven't been underway, as evidenced by a leak last July. Saber Interactive has a lot on its plate lately, but if Toxic Commando does appear at, say, Opening Night Live, an open beta announcement is the very least it could offer. Blackmth Wukong DLC reveal. With Game Science Blackmth Wukong launching on August 20th for Xbox Series X and S, it seems only fitting that the developer would attend Gamescom Opening Night Live. However, it could be gearing up to reveal the action RPG's first DLC. Given the timing of the purported reveal, the DLC could very well release next year. Blackmth Wukong is currently available for PS5 and PC. Hey, did you know that we at GamingBolt upload new videos every day? Stick around, drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And let us know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future with a comment below.